Hello, 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 everybody. This is Mind Your Business, and I am Tanika Steams. And tonight I have a special guest doing something a little bit different. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do this monthly or weekly, but tonight for Monday Mindfulness, I want to bring on a mindset coach that is talking about money. And so tonight we'll be doing Monday Money Mindset. And then tonight I'll have a clip in my segment for Monday Mindfulness. So join me again tonight at 10:30 when we do Monday Mindfulness. But this is just a special Money Mindset Monday. And my guest is Amdeep Singh. She's a CPA and she's a money mindset coach. She helps women tap into their full potential by working on their self image. She works with her clients to see the difference between type of goals and how to achieve goals by applying universal laws, understanding limiting beliefs, and how to overcome them. She helps women tap into big dreams that are buried inside, and she coaches women to their authentic self and to live their full life of their purpose, not what everyone else wants them to do. She coaches women to understand their business financial statement, to understand the story numbers are telling about the business, and help them grow in their business. And so she is going to come on and she's going to talk to us. And I just want to let you know that right now, it has been a crazy day for me. I have three children that are in sports. One was at track practice, one was at a track game or track meet, and one had a tennis match. And we just ended all of them. So I'm in the car right now doing this. And so give your full undivided attention to Miss Amandeep Finn, CPA. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you, Tanika. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so grateful. I'm your first guest for this
Yes,
series.
on this
Yeah,
series you are.
this is my first ever podcast. So, guys, I might get nervous, but I am gonna give it my best try. I just love to be here to share my story with you guys. My name is Amandeep Singh. I am from Toronto, Canada. I'm married. I have three kids, 16, 14, and 11. So, Tanika, I totally understand being a mom, being a business owner. It's tough, but we are very tough moms, and we are out there making it all happen. And that is like one of the reason for me to be here today. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself, why I started got into coaching business. So I was CPA. I've been in accounting field for 25 years. Just in the corporate world, accounting manager job for last few years. And then I started my accounting business on site a couple of years ago. But it was just not feeling right. Like I was doing it, but it wasn't giving me satisfaction. Like I wasn't feeling fulfilled, and so I really then started thinking that what is the problem? So I hired accounting coach. I spent money on marketing. I'm like I thought maybe I'm just not marketing myself
There's stuff
properly.
back there.
So I was doing all the right things, but I just wasn't feeling like the right. Like I didn't really know what was going on. Just wasn't feeling connected. So I've been into personal development for myself for many years, like since 2014. And I was always listening to Brian Hicks, if you guys know of her, Bob Proctor, Joe Dispenza, So I knew about money mindset. I knew about the goal settings and all those things. So, and this January, I enrolled into this money. It wasn't money mindset. It was like a mindset Facebook group. I have no idea how I got into that group. So I was there, and this group was about mindset. And I enrolled myself into it. And then while I was talking to my coach, I was, explaining her what I do about my business. And then I'm like, I just don't feel connected. So while we were talking, it just clicked. It clicked that why I wasn't feeling connected because I wasn't really serving what I wanted to serve. So I realized that I actually want to serve. I want to work with women. I want to help women grow financially, help them with their mindset, just show them like, there's so much out there that we can do. Like sometimes, like for even for myself, I used to think that, okay, married, I have 3 kids, working, like that's it. Like, what else can I really do? Like, I just thought, okay, that's my purpose, and like, there's not who's going to listen to me. Like, I don't really. What do I have to offer, right? So I had all these limiting beliefs about myself, which I overcame. Then, as I started studying myself, then I'm like, no, there's so much that I can share. There are so many women out there who will relate to my story. That are sitting home or working, or they are in their business, but they feel stuck. They don't really know, like, what to do next, or what is it that holding them behind, or like setting like big goals, like having big dreams that we didn't really think are possible. Just like flying high and doing things that you want to do, and serving your purpose. Because one thing that I realized for myself, that I used to, like, think that, okay, being a mother, raising my family, giving my kids good values, that's my purpose. So let me just tell you a little bit about this incident that I just remembered. So it was me and a couple of my friends. We were sitting at my friend's house, and we were just talking about, like, if everybody's satisfied with their life, right? And one of my friends said, she's like, if I'm to die tomorrow, like, I'm happy. She's like, I'm satisfied. Uh, I have healthy kids. I've got a nice house. I, buy things that I want to buy, and that's it. And then that really hit me that day. This happened a few years ago. I'm like, what is my purpose? I didn't think that, like, my purpose is not to just have, money, or just raise beautiful family. Like, there's more to it, right? I'm just not here just for those things. Yes, I like to do those things. That's part of my responsibility. That's my job. But, like, every soul comes here on this earth with our own purpose. Like, that is really nothing to do with your family or your kids, or, like, why am I here? I really started wondering that. And, years went by, but I would, like, then say, oh, what can be my purpose? Then I started thinking, maybe I should start helping people that are in need, like, financially. Started doing that a bit, as much as I could. Wasn't able to do much with the amount of money that I was earning at the time, right? So then, but that thought really, really never stopped me. I'm like, no, like, I really need to find my purpose. So with all the work that I've done with myself, I realized, no, I can serve. I can serve women in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be financially. It's just like lives, right? If I can share my story, if I can, teach and show women, like, there's so much they can do in their life, right? And they go and change more lives. Then it's a cycle, right? That's like, okay, that feels good. So I realized, okay, that is my purpose. So that's how I kind of shifted my business from accounting to coaching. Like, I'm still doing accounting, but along with it, I'm bringing mindset to my business, so that the money and the mindset go together. Like, if you have a limited beliefs, it's going to be very tough to grow your business. If you think that, okay, I can only reach certain amount of money or goal or whatever, that you have for your business, until you change your limited beliefs, it is going to be very tough for you to go. Once you open up, like, once you change those beliefs, once you start believing in yourself, once you work on your own self image, like, the doors open. Like, you can tap into universe. There's just everything is right here. Like, we don't really have to go anywhere. Before, I used to think, like, you kind of start look you used to look I used to look outside, like, in my outer world, but now I realize, no, everything is right there. It's within you. Like,
Absolutely.
connect to your higher self, to the energies, right? And there's just so much you can accomplish. And there's this belief that I had, and I know a lot of women that I know have that, money is not everything. That why do I need so much money? Like money doesn't make you happy and all that, right? But yeah, money really, it's not the money that makes you happy. It's the things that you're gonna do with that money makes you happy. If you have
Mm-hmm.
$1 million sitting in the bank account, you're not doing anything with it. That's not going to make you happy, right? It's the end result. Like it's how are you helping other people with that money, things that you can do, right? Even if you buy like a meal for somebody in need, or pay for somebody's um I don't know, like mortgage payment, if somebody was in need, that is what's going to make a difference, right?
Absolutely.
So to do all those things, you need money. Right?
Yeah. It's so funny that you say that because as you say that, I was thinking about, I remember when me and my husband were first starting out, we had got together and we would go on these little dates.
Yeah,
And we didn't have a lot of money at all starting
yeah,
out. And we would go to restaurant, like we would go to a restaurant and eat and we would share meals.
yeah.
And I would always think to myself, I would always leave a tip. But my
Yeah.
biggest thing was I want to have enough money that I
Mm.
can leave big tips and that I can just, because I
Yeah.
love service. I love people that serve. And I
Hmm.
believe if this is your job and you're serving and you do it well,
Yeah.
I want to show my gratitude towards you.
Mm.
And I want to compliment you for your service. And so I would always feel bad because it would be like, oh, I only have $1 to leave or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, one day I'm going to be able to leave the right amount of tips. I'm going to go over what the gratuity is. And, just because,
Mhm.
and I want to teach my kids that. And I remember when we started church, paying tithes was a really big thing. And when I
Mhm.
was able to, at first, it was like kind of hard, like getting out of your own way about, do I have enough money? And the thing about it, as long as you focus on these things that you
Mhm.
don't have, you're going to have more of it. And so
Exactly. Yeah.
and that's a limiting belief. And so when I
Mhm.
started believing that what I give out, I'm going to give back, and
Mhm.
if it wasn't for God opening these doors for me, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have anyway. So no matter how much money I had, I would
Yeah.
always make sure I would give 10%. Even if I had to scratch together pennies. I mean, it was a time I wasn't working,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
any change that I could find, that's what
Yeah.
I would give. Whatever I had.
Yeah.
And then it's like the doors just started opening and
Mhm.
I was starting to receive that back. And it
Yeah.
was because my mindset, and it's funny because we're both mindset coaches,
Mhm.
and I realized when I started to understand how to transform my thinking and to
Mhm.
not think about the negative effects of things, but
Yeah.
thinking about the abundance of, okay, but anything that you want, you're going to get it in
Mhm.
abundance. So
Yes.
you have to change your thoughts. You have
Yeah.
to change your words. And I
Mhm.
have a coach that I'm talking with right now that is still working with me on things that I
Mhm.
necessarily don't want to call in my life that I have to quit saying. And so,
Yeah.
I just understand so much about the belief system and the
Mhm.
mindset
Yeah.
and understanding. And so, your money is a relationship, another part of a relationship. And as all relationships, you've got to understand how to make that relationship work.
Yes.
And if
Yeah.
you have negative feelings towards your money,
Yeah.
then you're gonna not have a good outcome of it. And so I
Yeah.
just realized that understanding how to, and people call it manifesting, they can call it whatever they want,
Yeah.
but I just believe what the word says. If you believe that you received it, you have. And you have to think
Yes.
like you've already got it,
Yeah.
and you've got to
Yeah.
walk
That's the
in
key.
the present. And
Mhm.
so I just appreciate you sharing that because now I can go out to dinner and I can leave big tips and I
Yeah.
can do those things that I dreamed of
Yes.
doing one day
Mhm.
because
It's
I
yeah.
changed the way I saw it. And
Yeah.
so, tell the people that are maybe having those beliefs that I
Mhm.
want to start and I want to try, but I just don't have enough right now. What would you tell those people?
Um, you know, it's first is like just I what I always say, like sit down and within yourself and start writing out about any limiting beliefs that you have. right? Like even if you say, okay, you know what, I want to do all this, but I don't have it right now. But then start writing like what would you do like if there was if money was never and if, like there was no issues with the money, you had everything that you need today, how would your life be, right? So you start writing how would you live from your end results, from your goals achieved. So once you start living from that, you will start getting ideas. You are you there still? Tanika, I don't see you.
I'm here.
Are you
I'm just like, go ahead. I'm here. I'm switching from my phone to my computer so I can have more
oh,
bandwidth.
okay.
So don't
Yeah.
mind me.
So
Keep talking.
yeah. So like it's like a one step at a time, right? Once you decide really what you really want to do, right? You set up right goals, you write them down, and then you start writing, like you start kind of writing your dream life, like what it will be once you achieve those goals, right? You start thinking from your end result, and you like it's just like try it for 21 days. I always say try 21 days, right? You're just writing things down. There's nothing to lose. Um,
I'm sorry.
there's a echo sound. I don't know if you can
It
hear me.
is. I'm trying to get it off now. Give me just a second so I can.
Is that it? Can you hear me
I need to. Yes, I can. I can hear you. I just
now?
have
Okay.
to get this to go off, and I can't get it to
Yeah.
go off.
So,
And
once you're starting, when you start really writing things down, you set up the right type of goals for yourself, right? And you won't like the doors just open, things will happen, right? And
yeah,
so thinking like, okay, you know what, if I want to do something, but I can't do it today because I don't have that particular thing today. But there's always something that you have today, like that you can be grateful for today. You don't always, like you said, like, if you want to help somebody financially, it does not have to be like in thousands of dollars.
mhm,
It can be small as $1 or $2, right? And we all have access to abundance that we can share, and abundance does not have to be in financial form. It can be in many ways. Even like, you can just listen to somebody. Like if somebody needs to talk, they need to let something out, just being there for that person without any judgment, right? Just let them like cry to you or whatever, right? Offer a shoulder. That's abundance. Like, just giving out somebody's, you can give
absolutely.
out in so many different ways. You can go and volunteer at some charity that you believe in. You can go to the church. Like there's just so many different ways that you can help others and, share your gratefulness, whatever you have.
Yeah,
Uh,
and a lot of times that's what you call sweat equity,
mhm.
and more than not, when you're giving that time,
Yeah.
time is important, and people don't
Hmm.
realize that, and time is very, very valuable. And
Yeah.
so what you put in, and that's like planting a seed. You're sowing into something,
Yeah.
or sowing into someone. And then, and again, my husband, who was talking about what you invest in. So first you want to invest in yourself, and
Yeah.
then once you invest in yourself, you know whatever you're giving out, you're going to get a return on that.
Yeah.
And so then that helps you to understand how to make wise investments, and how to
Hmm.
stay away from those who are going to just take and not pour. And
Yeah.
'cause sometimes you can be drained. And I think a lot of times people that's starting out in business, even for yourself, you were a CPA and you worked in the corporate world, but
Mm.
you still wanted something more. You wanted something that was your own, that was
Yeah.
tangible, that was for you.
Yeah.
And that looks like, okay, where do I start? I
Yeah.
start right where I'm at. And
Yeah.
I think so often people are looking for a place to start from. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
can
And
you
there's so
talk
many
about
things.
that?
Yeah, so there's like, you don't like, I was okay, sometimes I get this question that I had a degree, I had my designation, good experience, so it was easier for me to start. No, it's not like that.
No.
There's so many women that I know like didn't have degrees or they didn't have these big experiences, but they're so successful. It's all in your mind. There's so many different things that you can do. Right, you can grow in any type of business. Like you can start any business. You could go in network marketing, right? From home, like working part time, and then I know women that are just working 4 or 5 hours a day, and then they're doing amazing, right? So once you make up your mind, you will get so many different ideas. You don't really need like big degrees or a lot of experience to be successful. All you need to be successful is to first you need to decide, is that something that you want? Like you need to have that burning desire, right? When you have that desire, the roads will open. Will be so many gates that will open up for you. Like when I started getting into personal development side, coaching side of things, right? I have met so many amazing women that are like I didn't know them 3 4 months ago. Like it's amazing. Like I connected with you. Like I'm connecting with so many different people on daily basis that I did not know 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Because when you are in your that positive mindset, when you are like committed to yourself, the universe will send the right people your way.
absolutely.
It will
And
show you the way.
it's great that you say that because I remember um, it's almost a year in August that I started this. And 6 years ago, I had a business
Yeah.
and my mindset was not right.
Yeah.
Even though I'm learning about mindset and I'm trying to be a mindset coach,
Yeah.
it was still things that I needed to learn.
Mm.
And so it took me 6 years to
Mhm.
get to this point. But I'm grateful because in the process, I've learned a lot. I've
Yeah.
been able to grow and I've
Mm.
been able to develop. And now being able to speak to what it takes and what you have to
Yeah.
go through.
Yeah.
And I remember when my boss, when I worked in the insurance industry. And so
Mhm.
I was like, I'm going to just do this forever because I know that there will always be a place in it. But I still had a burning desire to be a coach, but I
Yeah.
didn't see myself doing it full time. I'm like,
Mhm.
I can do it part time. I don't think that I'm going to make any money from it. And guess what? I wasn't going to
Yeah.
make any money from it thinking that way. And then
Yeah.
my boss that I worked for hired me a life coach. And then
Mm.
he's like, I want you to test the waters and see if this is what
Mm.
you want to do. And
Mhm.
I'm grateful to him to this day because he's
Yeah.
given me so many opportunities to explore
Mhm.
who I am. And sometimes we don't have people like that in our life. But like
Yeah.
you said, when you put something out there, the universe will put the right people in
Yes.
place for you.
Always. Yeah.
And so if it had not been for him pretty much pushing me out the nest saying, hey, no, you need to go pursue your dream. I believe in you
Yeah.
and I believe you want to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I needed to believe that in myself. And so when
Yeah.
I got pushed out, it was like, okay, what do I do now? And then I had all
Yeah.
these things at one time start.
Mhm.
And guess what? I had no money and I
Mhm.
just dove in. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, and just with the belief of, you know what? Like they say, if you build it, they will
Yeah.
come. And
Yeah.
oh my goodness, the transformation from 6 years ago to now is life
Mhm.
changing. And I'm
Yeah.
just like so mad at myself for telling my boss that I've got a 5 year plan. Well, that
Mhm.
was 2018. If I would have waited, it would
Mm.
be 2023. And I may
Yeah.
not be having this conversation with you. So
Mhm.
I'm just grateful that right now it's taken 6 years from when the business started. So yeah, that's still part of that plan. But it's only taken me 2 years to get
Mhm.
from working a full-time job to
Yeah.
running my own business and actually making the income that
Mhm.
I'm just like, you know, you can do it. And when you do what makes you happy
Yeah.
and what your passion is, it's not like a job. It's something that
No.
you are excited about getting up
Yeah.
each day doing. So
Yeah.
tell women that come to you, like if they come to you,
Mhm.
what does your client usually look like that comes to you
Yeah.
and what are they looking for?
Yeah. So my clients are women between ages 35 to 50, 55, right? Their mothers, they are either businesswomen or they want to get out there and start their business, but they don't know which way to go. Or they're really new in their business and they don't know how to really grow it, right? And so what I'm doing is first it was just like, working, helping with their business side of the things, like, teaching them how to budget, how to do forecast, where to save money, where to spend money in their business so that their business can grow. But now with this bringing the mindset side into it, so that is the first thing that I am teaching them, because I learned that if you have, in order to grow your business, your base has to be first. Right, like it, you need to have a, like a base, like you have to first believe that, okay, this business that you started, that you have, or you want to start, where do you see that business grow, like, like,
Mhm.
so take them out of those boundaries, working with their self image, working with their goal settings, and then showing them the path, like how to achieve those goals. And then along the way, like, we look at their business as well, like, understanding their financials, like where they are spending money that they shouldn't, or where they need to spend money, like, all those kind of things
Mhm.
are going on the side as well. Yeah.
So I'm finishing up a degree in September,
Hmm.
and it's so funny that you're talking about the budgeting because I just had to
Yeah.
write all these papers on budgets, and
Hmm.
I can tell you right now that with all the different types of budgeting that there is, when people begin a budget,
Yeah.
it's scary
Yeah.
because it's
Hmm.
like, well, how am I going to survive? And I'm
Yeah.
used to this, and what I've learned is people always have more than enough than they think they have.
Hmm. Yes.
And it's like, oh, you don't have enough, but you're drinking Starbucks coffee right now.
Exactly.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah.
Or you're at this restaurant that is like $30 a meal.
Hmm.
Don't tell me that you
Hmm.
don't have enough to invest in
Yeah.
yourself. Because I
Yeah.
can guarantee you, if I
You.
don't have that to invest in myself, I'm not getting ready to go be spending it at a restaurant. And
Yeah.
and I and I hear people all the time that say, "Well, I don't have the means to do that." And I'm like,
Hmm.
"Well, what do you have the means to do?" "Oh, I can get my hair and nails done." I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no, no. Take that
Exactly.
hair and nail money
Exactly.
and
So
and
yeah.
save it."
And the issue nowadays is because we don't really use cash, right? It's all like you just swipe the card. So you don't
Mhm,
really see the money going out until
mhm,
you actually get the statement until end of the month. And a lot of people don't even look at the statement. They just make the minimum payments,
yeah,
right? Because they don't want to see what they've actually spent.
yeah,
I've all the people that I've worked with, everybody has the money. Like they can make it. They can invest. Everyone has the money to invest in themselves, as long as, like, you prioritize your goals. Like, you have to decide, okay, what is important for me now? Can I survive without getting my hair and nails done? Right. I'm not saying like don't spend money on yourself.
yeah,
It's important. Like you need to take care of yourself, but you kind of have like gotta set up your priorities straight, and you need to know, okay, which goal am I working towards now, right? That is where I should be focusing on. if,
yeah,
if you have a business and then your business is not growing, then are you really doing the right things to grow your business? Are you spending too much money unnecessary on the marketing that's not even working, right? Or are you like, spending, are your products kind of are not what people need, what their demand is for? Like they say, like you have to sell what people want, right? Not what you think they want.
yes.
So there's all these things that, when I'm sitting down with them, like, those are things that we look at. And yes, budgeting is not only for your business. Budget comes for your personal life as well. That's where
Mhm.
it really starts.
Yeah. And I believe that as far as the mindset goes,
Mhm.
everything starts with you. And
Yes.
a lot of times when clients come to me, they
Mhm.
come and they're at the beginning stage of starting a business and they
Yeah.
want to get to the end goal. And
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, well, what's your plan? What's your goal? Let's sit down,
Yeah.
let's map this out. And after we go over this
Yeah.
map of how you get from A to Z, it's like,
Hmm.
well, I don't know if I want to do that. Well, you're never going to get to where you want to go unless you
Hmm.
go through the process. And
Yeah.
you can't get to the end result without the process. And
Yes.
so, what my first thing is to do with my clients is to help them to get their mind straight. So, I'm glad,
Mhm.
again, on Monday Mindfulness, this is what we're talking about,
Yeah.
how to get your mind in alignment. And then you've got to get your finances in alignment. And you've got to
Mm.
just get these things in order because you can't run a business
Mm.
if you don't know how to handle situations and you don't
Yes.
know how to handle your money, because you'll
Yeah.
be running a business but that business is not going to cash flow, it's not
Yeah.
going to do anything for you. So what do you do in situations? Do you have clients like that that just want to get to the end result and they don't understand the process?
Right now I don't, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I see that in my own personal life, right? Because it's a process. I've been through it myself, right? I was always like in a hurry, like I just wanna reach my end goal like so fast. But like changing your mindset, it's step by step process. If you don't do the process, it doesn't work because then what happens is like you could do a couple things, you are in a right mindset, like you listen to the good videos or whatever you're doing, and then something happens, there you are right back at the square one.
Mhm.
Because until like really you have a accountability partner, or you have a mentor, or you're working with somebody who is keeping you accountable, right? You have some work that you're doing on yourself every single day, and then slowly then you start seeing the changes, right? Things don't happen overnight,
Yeah, no, it,
right?
it it takes time,
It
but
takes time.
having someone like you in their corner, that's, you're an accountability coach as well,
Yeah.
because you're helping them to set the goals and teaching them how to budget and showing
Yeah.
them how to be present in their own life and
Yeah.
being accountable for
Yeah.
their situations. And sometimes we
Hmm.
don't like to face that. And
Yeah.
your spirit is so welcoming and warm.
Hmm.
It just helps you to open up, I believe. And so I
Yeah.
remember when we first talked and we were just going back and forth over things,
Yeah.
and you were asking me questions and I was talking to you about things and we were helping each other. That's what it's all about. It's not
Yes.
about you're there to judge anyone.
Yeah.
And the reason why you can help them is because you've been where they're at. And
Yes.
we're usually speaking, our clients, we're usually speaking to ourselves in that situation,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
understand where
Yeah.
they're coming from. And
Hmm.
so there's no reason for them to be scared or
Yeah.
nervous or worried about
Hmm.
taking on a coach, because a lot of times people think they've got to get in certain situations before they get to the next level. But
Yeah.
you've got to start.
You gotta start, and then you know what, like when you wait for that right moment, or you think, okay, I'll do it when I have the money, or I'll do it when this situation changes, right?
Hmm.
You're actually, you know what, it's never going to be the right time, it's now, right? You're basically wasting that time. Like then 6 months from now you still be sitting at the same place and wondering like, what if I had made this decision 6 months ago, right? So sooner you kind of like step in, invest in yourself, the faster you will receive the results, right?
Absolutely.
So it's,
Absolutely.
I totally, oh my God, looks like my battery is low.
You know what? That's okay, because do
But
you
it's
need
okay.
to plug in, or do you need to plug in or anything?
No, I think it's still like it says the 12%, so it's fine.
Okay, so
Um,
we still
yeah,
got a few more
yeah.
minutes. Do me a favor. Do you have any tips or any helpful hints that you would like to give to the people today about being mindful in their
Mhm.
situation?
Yeah, one thing that I'm really big on is the self-image. I think your own, what you think about yourself, what you feel actually about yourself. A lot of times you don't even know that because most of us, we are so busy with our day-to-day life. We don't really sit down to think, what am I like? What do I feel about myself? Like we are mostly worried about what so and so is thinking, or what is my husband or my mother or my father, what they think about self, right? It's what you think about yourself. And then when you start working on that, so many things will come up that may be hard. Sometimes a lot of people find this work very hard because you are facing something that was very down for many years, right? Or you don't want to face, maybe there's things that happened in your past life, right, that you do not want to face, but those little things may have negatively impacted your self-image, which is now impacting your life. It could have happened 20 years ago or 30 years ago, right? And like that's where those lot of those limiting beliefs come from. Is the your self-image, or like maybe somebody could have said to a child that they're not good enough for something. That one thing could have sat with them all their life, and all the decisions that they're making now are because of that one line that somebody said to them. They may not like think that way, but when you start doing that work on yourself, a lot of things come up. And then when you release those things and then you replace with the image that you want to create for yourself, right? What do you see yourself? Like, I'm confident, I'm focused, I am, um, I don't know, whatever, like your I ams are, like, oh, your I am affirmation.
Yes.
Like for me, like that's what I do. I'm confident. I am successful. I'm focused. I'm committed. Right. So when I'm saying those things to me over and over, it it builds up confidence.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's confidence. It's confidence. It's not being cocky. It's
Yes.
just being assured. And I think back to school. I remember being in high school in English class, and I loved English. I love writing and I
Yeah.
love words.
Yeah.
And we're always told to never write anything as I.
Yeah.
And once I became more mindful, like once I
Mhm.
started understanding the mindset, you
Yeah.
have to own I am. You have
Yeah.
to own your I am. And to
Yes.
take that away is limiting
Mhm.
your power. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna challenge that. I
Yeah.
would say you need to own who you are. And
Yeah.
so, I want to share something with you. My grandfather, he
Mhm.
was born in a time where he came from um a lot of racism,
Mhm.
a lot of being a black man in a white man's world and
Yeah. Yeah.
not being able to have the things that others had. But he did things that at the time maybe a lot of black people in his time may not have
Yeah.
been able to do, but he did have his own business. He was in real estate. He
Yeah.
worked a factory job. He did all these things. And he told me one time when I was a little girl, I told him, I said, one day I want to be in a position to give people opportunities.
Yeah.
And he told me that I would never be in that position to give anyone an
Mhm.
opportunity because I would always have to work for a
Mhm.
white man. And I'm
Yeah.
saying this because I know that there are other females out there of color
Yeah.
that are in the corporate world or
Mhm.
that feel like they don't get a fair shake. But I
Yeah.
remember the first time I worked for a woman of color that
Mhm.
owned her own business, that was very successful, that poured
Mhm.
into me
Mhm.
and encouraged me and helped me to see that my grandpa was wrong. I love him,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
he's not here anymore. Bless his heart. But he probably did. He was gone before Barack Obama was our president, and he probably never would have believed that that
Yeah.
would have happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I believe what you speak
Yeah.
into this world,
Yes.
you are setting yourself up for the future. And I
Hmm.
spoke that, and I have the opportunity now to give
Yeah.
people opportunities. And so I don't care who it is that tells you something. You don't
Yeah.
let anybody speak into your life
No.
anything that's not going to take you anywhere.
Yeah. 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 Like that. I am affirmations. I think they're so important for
Mhm.
any. Like I teach my kids, and it just changes your world because like that I is actually connected to the universe, to your higher power. That's the connection that you have, right? So I mean, even me, like it was always about other people. It was like, okay, it was about this and that, right? It was always about you. It was never about I. But if
Mhm.
I'm not satisfied with my own life, I'm not going to make anybody else happy, right? So the first person that you have to take care of is you.
Oh,
Only
you know
then you
what?
can.
That That's so true. And that's what I've been on self care lately. You have to take care of
Yeah.
self first because you can't take care of anybody else. If you
Yes.
don't care, nobody else
Yeah.
is going to care. You're your own brand. You know what? I am grateful that you took the time out to come on here tonight. Tell people how they get in touch with you. How do they reach out to you or get to work
Thank
with
you
you?
so much. Yeah. Yeah. So I have a Facebook group. Oh, oh.
That's okay. We'll wait for you to come back. All right. So, if anyone is out there that would like to know more about how to get your finances in order or to be accountable, to set goals, to do budgets, how to make a plan, how to get started, there are so many coaches out there, lifestyle coaches, financial coaches, mindset coaches. There are so many different coaches out there on different levels that can help you, that can actually show you a way that will be able to help you present your best self. And so, if you are at a crossroads or if you are at a place that you want to get started, but you don't know what to do, there are so many people out there waiting to help you, waiting to just open up their heart to you and pour into you because everybody that is somewhere had to start. And there are a lot of people that have been where you are. And so, what I can tell you is continue, keep pushing towards the mark. Don't give up, don't give in, don't let anyone kill your dream. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not worth it. Don't let anyone tell you what you're capable of because only you know what you're capable of. And what's inside of you is there for a reason. You have a purpose, you have a gift, you have an ability and a talent, and the world is waiting on that. So, what are you waiting for? I'm hoping that Amandeep will be able to come back. And if not, I'm going to actually have her on the show again. Again, this is something new that I'm trying, the Monday Money Mindset. And I've got a few other women in business that are money mindset coaches that speak from different avenues. She's coming back. Here she is. And so we're going to start bringing on different coaches to talk to you about money and mindset and how they go hand in hand. Thank you. You made it back. You're back in. There you go. Can you hear me okay?
I'm so sorry.
It,
My
no,
internet,
it's okay.
it was like 2 hours. I don't know what happened that it used up all my power. So
That's
sorry, guys.
okay.
Um, yeah, so I have a Facebook group called Money Mantras. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Hello, you're breaking up a little bit.
Can you
Okay,
hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I don't
Hello.
know what's going on.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, is that better? Hang on. Okay, you've got your mute on. There you go. Can you hear me now? Okay, how's that? I can hear something. You're not talking though right now. And sometimes you have technical difficulties, and that's okay. We're real women in a real world that are making real things happen.
It's, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
There you
Yeah, actually, here we've been having issues all day today. Maybe it's my internet. I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear
Can
me
you hear me?
okay?
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
leave
can.
out and come back in. Leave the
Okay,
studio and
so
come
I
back
have
in.
a Facebook. I have okay. I have a Facebook group, Money Mantras. That is where okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I can hear you now. Can you hear me? I can hear your background. Can you hear me okay? Well, we've already got through the good stuff, so we're not losing out on anything. If you want to get a hold of Amanda, I will have a link on my website for her. So you're going to be able to reach her through Facebook. Her Facebook group is called Money Mantra. I will put the links up for that so that way you can get a hold of her. She is a very sweet person, takes her time, is very caring, and very understanding of your situation. And she wants to help you. And that's the thing. There are people out there that want to help you. There are people out there that are just waiting to pour into you and fill you up and help you to be your best self. And so don't waste your time or your energy pouring yourself or sowing seeds where you're not going to reap a harvest. Invest in you. If you can go work a 9 to 5 and you can work hard for a company that pays you a paycheck, how much harder would you work for yourself? How much harder would you go for yourself? No one is going to go harder or work harder for you than you. So put you first. Invest in you. What are you waiting for? Amandeep, can you hear me?
Yes, now it's better.
There you go. All right. There you go.
So
So I
sorry,
let
guys.
everybody know. I'm going to put a link on my website for you as well. But go
Okay.
ahead again and let
Yeah.
everybody know from your
Yeah.
mouth what you've got going on.
Yeah. So I'm on a Facebook group I created for women only. It's called Money Mantras. So I would love all our listeners, women, to join my group, and I do give quite a bit of a lot of free information about your personal growth, and I do a lot of lives in there. And I'm on Instagram, but Instagram, to be honest, it's just not my thing. I'm
We're
just
gonna work on that. I'm gonna help you because people help
yes.
me, so I'm gonna help you.
So I'm gonna get on the Instagram so I can connect with more and more women. And my main space is my Facebook group called Money Mantras. And if you guys want to join, would love for you guys to be there.
Yeah. What is the oh now I found what is the Facebook handle on that? Can you tell them?
Yeah, it's Money Mantras.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so is there any other way to find you or
Um,
if they
I think if you just search Money Mantras, I think that's the only group that's there.
okay. And do
Yeah.
you don't have a website right now, do you?
I have a website for my accounting business. It's amandipthindcpa.com.
Okay,
CPA.
AmandyFinnCPA.com.
It's just my
That's
name and then CPA.com.
that's easy enough. I mean,
Yeah.
you can find her, reach out to her, and give yourself an opportunity to see what else is out there. If you don't think
Yeah.
you have the money, if you don't think you have the time,
Yeah.
guess what? That's all you have is time.
Mhm.
And once
And
you invest it the right way, you'll have more of it.
and you know what? Like once you uh, make that decision, making the decision is your first step, right? Once that decision is made, money will come. It always does. There's like so many ways that you can fund the program. Like if somebody wants to take my program, that you don't even think that okay, this is where it can come from, right? There's like
Mhm.
payment plans. There's like in Canada we have RSPs. Like there's there's so many different things that will come, but the very important thing is for you to make the decision. Do you want to make the change? Like, you want to invest in yourself,
There you
right?
go.
Everything else comes after. So that's why when I'm talking to women, I don't even talk about like the fee or the money, like, that's after, because the first decision is for you to believe in yourself. Okay.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have any other advice you'd like to share tonight? Because I told him I want to have you back on the show again, and
Oh, I'd love
just
to.
anytime you want to come on. And again, we'll do Monday mindfulness. But if you have any helpful tips or anything that you want to just throw out there and just share, this is all about networking and sharing our talents and our gifts and our resources to
Yeah.
put people together to show that connection and the support system. Because
Yeah.
that's what we need. We need support. We need to be encouraged and uplifted so that we can continue to the mark.
Yeah. So, one thing that I wanted to really say to everybody is, have big goals, right? Just think of like, just think of like things that you had never thought could be possible. Have those big goals and then break them down into to smaller pieces, right? Like sometimes when you say, oh, okay, you know what, I want to make, I don't know, like I want to grow my business to a $10 million company or whatever, right? It seems so big, it seems scary, and then it's like, oh, how is that possible? Then start working backwards, right? And then start working backwards and until you reach the amount that you're comfortable with now. Then you work on that first. Then you move to the next step, right? But having that big dream, having that big goal, imagine yourself being in that goal and in that place, right? Just every single day, get up and visualize, and then see how your life would be when you are there. And then when you start, living from that end result, your day goes by so fun. Like it's just like then you're living in a kind of like a dream world. Like then you're always motivated. Then right, then you will do things that you never thought are possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You can do it. You can do all things.
you can do all things. Yeah,
And so, I'm a firm believer. I look to Christ as my head and the leader in my life. And I know that, you have to have something to believe in.
yeah,
You
yeah.
do. You have to believe in something. And
Mm-hmm.
more than anything, like Amandeep said, you have to believe in
So
yourself.
yeah,
And so, Mandeep, I thank you so much for taking the time out this evening to come on. And I know it was a little bit crazy with everything going on. I'm like, I got to make this work. Because again, when
yeah,
we set this interview, I didn't have a clue that I was going to have all this stuff going on today. I didn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
because they had to postpone some games and things.
Mm.
And my daughter's coach, bless his heart, we're praying for him, Mr. Darby. He's got COVID and he was admitted to the hospital.
Mm.
And so, it's just been a lot of stuff going on and we're just trying to make things work. And
Yeah.
so, I thank you for being patient with me as
No,
far
thank
as,
you for having me. It's my pleasure. Like I love this conversation. I just love talking about this stuff. I can
yeah.
talk all day. That
Oh, I'm going to tell on you then. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell because you said, oh, but I'm nervous and I don't know. And I'm like, whatever. As soon as you start telling your story,
I
you will
know.
not be nervous because when you
Yeah.
do what you love, you
Yeah.
come alive.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you can just go on and
Go
it
and
makes you feel so good. So
yeah. So
you
yeah, like
go, girl.
find something that you feel connected to, that you love, and then it doesn't feel like a job then, right? Then it's a work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you
You,
so
you,
much. You have a good night
you too.
and
You did an awesome job too. I mean, and
thank
for your
you.
first time, guess what? When I very first launched my business,
Mhm.
when I relaunched and brought this out, I went Looney Tunes because I wanted everything to be perfect and I wanted
Yeah.
everything to be right. And on my side of it, everything was messed up. But on the other side of it, what people were seeing, they didn't know that my
Yeah.
music wasn't right. They didn't know all this crazy stuff was going on behind the scenes.
Mm.
And now I look back and I laugh and I go, you know what? That's what makes it real. That's what
Exactly.
shows you we're
Yeah.
true, authentic
Yeah.
women, everyday women
And
that
we're
are
not
making a
perfect.
difference. No,
We're
not at
far
all.
from perfect. We are
No.
far from perfect. And that's another thing that I wanted to add is like I also had that feeling that I would look at successful women, I would think, wow, but then I would think, oh no, like, they had this, they had this. I don't have those things. I don't have those qualities. This is not for me. But you know what? They're all like us.
Yeah.
Everybody is just like a normal person, just like any other women, right? And if they can do it, if I can do it, if Tanika can do it, you can do it.
Go put on some lipstick and a jacket and make it
Yeah,
happen.
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well,
All
hang out
right.
with me for just a few seconds as I get us off of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight for Monday Money Mindset. I'm gonna get that together. Those three M's, the triple M. And you know what? You can have that money mindset. Don't let money rule you. Money, we've been told, is the root of all evil. But this is what I believe. I believe the lack of money is what leads to the root of evil. Because when you don't have, you worry and you fear and you're bothered. But when you have and you're not in lack, none of those things even cross your mind. And so you've got to change the way you view money. You've got to change your relationship with money. You've got to change the way you view yourself with money. And the more that you pour into yourself, the more that you will get out. And so take the time out for yourself. Do something for yourself. It doesn't matter if you're a mother, it doesn't matter if you're a sister, a wife, a corporate woman, whatever. You are still you, and you were created with a purpose. So now, girlfriend, it's time. Go be great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Come back at 10:35 when we do Monday mindfulness, and we will do meditation and some a meditation on clearing your blocks. So join me tonight so we can talk about that and some other quirky things that I've been into. And other than that, thank you for my guest. She's a beautiful soul. And I just know if you give her an opportunity to work with you, she will change your life. So,
Thank you.
everybody, have a good night, and we will see you real soon. Thank you.